Hi there, I'm Nick Shepherd and I'm part of the team that's helping to coordinate our work around everyday faith across the Church of England. I'm really looking forward to the Festival of Everyday Faith that the Diocese of Gloucester is organising. I think we're going to hear some inspiring stories of what this means to different people and learn and glean from wisdom about how we can deepen and enrich this understanding. So what does it mean to talk about and live out everyday faith? Well, the focus on everyday faith emerged from the implementation of the 2017 Setting God's People Free report. And in that report, we were presented with a challenge as a church to, well, what does it mean if 98% of the Church of England are not in formal ministry roles and we spend 90% of our time, waking time, not engaged in church activities? What does it mean to be the church living out our faith Sunday to Saturday in that context? And how do we do it? So first of all, everyday faith is about encouraging people to share and explore the challenges and joys and opportunities we have to serve God, to find and follow God in our everyday lives. And our stories will all be different because we're all different people. We have different gifts, we have different circumstances, we have different challenges, we have different opportunities. But since we're all called to be salt and light, since we're all called to be part of what it means to join in with the mission of God, with building God's kingdom, with showing and demonstrating God's love, then we've all got something to learn from each other's stories and each other's experiences. So talking begins to enrich our understanding of what it means to be a church finding and following God in everyday life. So alongside our preaching and teaching, we will be built up by the inspiring story of a school student who has started a mentoring project for younger year groups. Our worship will be given fresh meaning as we encourage each other with stories of how a group of volunteers, some retired, some working, took over a village post office and renewed the heart of that community. Our prayers will be given fresh focus as we hear the stories and challenges of what it means for someone who's working as a sports coach or a solicitor to understand how their job role is part of the coming of God's kingdom. Everyday faith will be different because we all have different focuses and different circumstances. In the recent lockdown period, we've become particularly aware of two aspects of our life that have become paramount for all of us. For some, it was our changing working roles, or maybe the realisation that some roles that we'd overlooked are really important to us. For many, the home became the focal point of all our activities. It was the place that we spent most of our time. Sometimes in families, sometimes with other groups, sometimes on our own. So everyday faith for us is about exploring what does a rich and fulsome faith at home look like? And what does it look like to live out our faith at work? So in Faith at Home, we're encouraging people to think through what are the practices, big and small, that help families share everyday faith together, support each other, pray for each other, and learn from each other. And in Faith at Work, in coming months, we'll be looking at what does it mean for Christians to understand that we each have a variety of kingdom callings. And by faith at work, I'm not just talking about paid work, but I'm talking about any way in which we contribute to our society, in service, in seeking the common good, in stewarding our economic and cultural life. So we have a real opportunity in everyday faith to understand and explore what it means to live out our faith in our homes, to live out our faith at work, and to encourage each other to participate in the mission of God.